Auntie is here. What's up, YouTube family? It's not cute not knowing, and sometimes Auntie is a little late because there's a lot going on. I got curls, I got scoop. Let's start with this hug. So, I talked about this week that I brought the wrong phone. This is the right one. So, I had to go through all of that all over again. I participated in an outdoor event for Urban Youth Rally, youth and Grand Prix. There were NASCAR racers and racing. It was too hot. It was a great event, but it was too hot. And then it dawned on me that I'm not used to being out at that high temp of the day. I'm always in the studio. Auntie almost fainted. They said, girl, go home. They said it was too hot. I was like, oh, this is too much for me. I knew it. I walked across that field. I was like, oh my gosh. It was too much for me. So wherever you live and you out here, child, people got to work outside. I give you guys the hot. I can't do it, but it was just interesting. It was an interesting day. I had fun, but yes. They had to send me home. Let's get started on some stories here because the weekend edition is already up. So you can check that out too. I have a young lady, LaShawna Simon, who helps me put it together. Let's jump into what's going on. Who's the royal racist family member? There's a new book called Revenge, Meghan, Harry, The War Between the Windsors. There's going to be a lot of books coming out. In this book, it's unauthorized, but he brings up a lot of different things. Remember a couple of years ago when Meghan and Harry sat down with Oprah and they said somebody made a racist comment? Well, now they're saying it was Camilla, Charles's wife, the side piece, who was all in Princess Diana and Charles's marriage. They're saying that she made a statement. She wonders if the baby is going to have a ginger afro, because Harry got red hair, so that red hair, that strong trait. They're saying now the members of the royal family are like, leave Camilla alone. It wasn't Camilla. Somebody made some kind of comment. I think they're making Camilla take the fall because they don't want it to be someone that people would like could have been Charles, could have been William, could have been Kate. Somebody made a comment. I don't know if we'll ever find out, but they're trying to place it on Camilla. And Camilla just been dogged ever since she was the side piece. Because she wasn't as cute as Diana. And she wasn't as like this Diana. So I guess they figured, Camilla, you fall on the sword for this one. And they'll say it was you. But the new book is out. And the royal family is saying Camilla did not say this. At the movies, it's Nope. It's Jordan Peele's movie. My son, who is a very tough critic, said it was one of the best movies he has seen this year. He said, Mom, it's not what you think, which is making me think. I think I'm gonna go because I don't really like horror movies, and I know they say aliens in the sky or something. I got to see it myself. Keke Palmer, they're raving about her. Daniel Kaluuya, Stephen Yeun. It just looks good. They said it's going to be number one. Certainly hope it is. Everyone that I've talked to, run to see this movie. Don't walk. Shout out Ernest Owens. And just everyone I've talked to has seen reviews. I've just done so much reading and listening to people texting me this morning. Patty, this movie is so good. Nope. It's in theaters now. Let's talk about the upcoming movie, Dragons and Dungeons. For you that have played the video games, a lot of parents wouldn't let their kids play the game because it was a little violent. A movie version is coming out next March with Michelle Rodriguez, who looks amazing. I was like, that's Michelle Rodriguez? Chris Pine, that we know from Star Wars, no. Star Trek movies, the new Captain Kirk, and Regé-Jean Page from Bridgerton. He's also in this movie. It looks exciting, and it's based on the video game. Another movie that Regé-Jean Page is a new Netflix movie. It's called The Gray Man. Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans play dueling assassins. One's good, one is evil. And Regé-Jean Page is in it as well. When Netflix be saying we losing money. This movie cost $198 million. Netflix is where some of your money going right now. This movie, The Gray Man, which looks good, it's the most expensive movie that Netflix has ever made. So they looking, I guess they counting on all these hunks, so that people will turn on The Gray Man. But The Gray Man is streaming right now. One of the actors that was in the Elvis movie died. Her name was Shanka Dugaray. She was the actress, blues singer. Elvis was her first role. She played Big Mama Thornton in the movie. If you saw the movie, if you know the history, Elvis got a lot of his stuff from Big Mama Thornton. She's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She's from Philly. She's on the Philly Walk of Fame. She would play this electric guitar, and she was doing all that jamming on the guitar, that electric guitar, and she toured a lot in Europe, and she was a big deal. If you're looking for, a good documentary, a good YouTube, look up Big Mama Thornton. This woman was a big deal, and Elvis got so much. And in the Elvis movie, they show this and talk about how Elvis got his influence from so many Black artists, and that's how he created his own style. But she was found dead. She was 44 years old by her children. Actor Taurean Black died. If you remember, it was the 80s, Hill Street Blues. I just remember being a little girl. There was 2 black guys on there. And one of them was Detective Neil Washington. Taurean Black played him. He recently passed away. He was 82 years old. Chris Rock, Kevin Hart are sitting down for Kevin Hart's Peacock series, Heart to Heart. He's not talking about the slab, but he talks about life. And they're going on tour. They're doing a tour all in North Jersey, New York area at the end of August. Then they're going to head over to London for a special, which I'm sure is going to wind up on some streaming service that they're doing together. It's like a mutual respect. It bothers me, I guess, when people just like down Kevin, but he gets so much respect from the Dave Chappelles, from the Chris Rock, because I don't care what you say about Kevin Hart. His work ethic is outstanding. And it brings me to this. People who do always upset people who don't. People who don't will sit around and complain, they doing too much. No, Kevin is doing what he does. You can find it on YouTube, but it's also on the Peacock Network. Sit down conversation with Chris Rock and Kevin Hart. I'm going to make sure I went through everything because this is the kind of day that I'm having. R. Kelly. Okay, so they sent him to see a psychiatrist. These notes are supposed to be private, so I don't even know how his notes have made, because he really confided. R. Kelly is blaming all of his problems, all of his behavior on his ex-wife, Drea. He was married to Drea from 1996 to 2009. They got 3 kids. He said, she's the reason I'm estranged from my kids. She is the reason I have behavioral problems. She is the reason I can't be in a romantic relationship. She is the reason I can't be in a platonic relationship. Some people love to blame others. They never take responsibility, and Kels is no different. When asked, well, why? Why is she to blame? And he said, she wanted to be a dancer when she should have been home being a housewife and raising those kids. Is this the urban version of The Handmaid's Tale? I don't know how we got the notes. So maybe they thought by releasing them that the judge would be a little lenient. Well, it's her fault that he did all these things. Child, the judge said 30 years. 30 years. 30 years. But R. Kelly opening up to a psychiatrist and blaming everything on his ex-wife. We're gearing up for the Mike Tyson Unauthorized 8-part series on Hulu. Actor Trevante Rhodes is going to play Mike Tyson. I've talked about this. It's unauthorized. People are mad that it's coming out. Starts August 25th. But I think this is going to. This one, it talks about the rise and fall. Because, you know, Mike Tyson did rise again. Actor Trevante Rhodes, Mike Tyson. Russell Hornsby is going to play Don King, who played a big part in Mike Tyson's downfall. Actor Harvey Keitel is going to play Gus D'Amato, the trainer who tried to help him. Jamie Foxx is also starring in a Mike Tyson movie that's approved. Their movie ain't even going to talk about Robin Givens. How do you not talk about Mike Tyson and not talk about Robin Givens and that strange period where Robin and her mother thought they were going to do the okie doke on Mike Tyson because he wasn't too bright? They got fooled. This 8-part, it's going to take you, Mike Tyson as a child, through adult. The biting of the ear, the marriage to Robin Givens, just everything. I would hope that it would kind of show him now more at peace. You know, he's got the little weed, he's growing the marijuana, more at peace with himself. But just like the Aretha Genius, that told more of the truth than the Aretha Franklin movie with Jennifer Hudson. It did. The Jennifer Hudson version was the sanitized version that never really explained how old was she when she got pregnant. Was she 10 or 12? They just kind of glossed over it. It was like the Cynthia Erivo, even though, you know, I'm not such this big Cynthia Erivo fan, that version had me hooked. That was like 7 or 8 nights of my life. I just couldn't move. That version was more truthful. I think the same thing's going to happen with the Mike Tyson one. I really do. Same thing. Same exact thing is going to happen with the Mike Tyson one. Sorry I'm late. Auntie just had one of them days. And then I got caught in that heat. Child. No matter where you live, please be. It's no joke. When people say you got to hydrate, it's no joke. This heat will make you sick. This heat will have you passed out. And I guess they said, well, this big girl ain't going to be passing out here. Go home. They said, going home. We can't have you passing out in Fairmount Park because that's where it was in Philly. It was like, baby, go home. I came back to work where it's nice and cold. Have a great weekend. The weekend edition is up. Subscribe to the channel because you never want to miss anything. I do read the comments. It may take me a couple of days, but I do read the comments. And give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Consistency. Someone said to me, what advice would you give someone, you know, about the business? I said, be consistent. Be consistent. Don't say you're going to do something one day and then you don't do it again for 3 weeks later. You got to be consistent. When you're on the other side of 50, consistency means a lot. Have a great weekend. Thanks so much. I appreciate you guys. I really, really do. I appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend. Check out that weekend edition for all of those people who are like, we want pictures. All the pictures and everything else is right there. Thanks so much for joining us. I know you're saying, she whispering again. Auntie tired. It's not cute not knowing. And now you know. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture.